Hey guys, what's going on? It's Wade Ballou, founder of the Bod Garage. This is episode number 4 of ManShit Motivation. I just thought I'd come on here just a few minutes, shoot the shit with you. Just took my dog outside. I've got 2 dogs. I've got a 90-pound Aussie Doodle, 90. Now, when we got him, we were told that the breed would get about 55 to 60 pounds. And he is tipping 90. You know, I've got this running joke with my wife about we've got a global fitness company and we've got the fattest dog in town. We really don't, but he is big. But he's built. He's not fat by any means. He's just a much bigger dog than what we thought. And I've got this little 7-pound toy miniature poodle, and she's a firecracker, man. You know, most little dogs, I guess they feel like that they have to, defend for themselves and make them look a lot bigger than what they really are. But she's the instigator. Okay, if we take the dogs out, we'll put them in the Jeep and we'll take them for a ride. And it's usually to get to ice cream. For real. We eat ice cream about once a week, to be perfectly honest. But they're both on each side, their windows down, but they're both locked in to where they can't jump out. And she's going to bark at everything that moves. I mean, any car we pull up beside, we usually have to roll her window up because she's going to go after them, man. And just that little bitty bark, it's not going to scare anybody, but she wants to get them. So I guess she feels like that she's the protector of the family. Bo's just sitting over there, just chilling. He's got no worries. He's like, y'all, shit. Y'all don't want me to come over there. He's huge. But they don't shed. That's the thing about Aussie Doodles. That's the thing about Doodles and Poodles is that there's very little shedding, if any. Now, if we let now Allie's gotten to where she likes for his tail to get really long and his head. She doesn't want him messing with his head or his tail or his legs, but his body can be cut pretty short. But if we let it get really long, then it'll come out in little clumps. But it's not like that shedding to where it's just all over everything. Every piece of furniture, you got a dust mop or vacuum every single day. I mean, I would think that you would. Some of you probably don't. Some of you probably don't. Y'all just let it go, man. But we don't have to do that. And that was one of the reasons why I agreed to have inside dogs. And they are definitely inside dogs. There's a difference between outside dogs and inside dogs. And the difference is I know that neither one of my dogs could ever survive outside. They couldn't. They couldn't be a junkyard dog. They couldn't be a street dog. They're not going to make it. I mean, they're eating what we eat. If we're eating boneless, skinless chicken, they're eating it. If we're eating steak, they're eating it. If we're eating rice, we'll let them have a little bit, but not much. Whatever vegetable we're eating, if we're having a sweet potato, they're eating it. So I still mix in a little dog food with them, but the majority of their nutrition is exactly what we eat. So, I know that they're pretty healthy, and it helps control their weight also. So I took my dog outside to use the bathroom, and I noticed that all of these I guess they're mayflies. I didn't think mayflies came out till a little later, like May. But they're all over the yard, and they're just flying around about 6 inches above the ground, and they'll get all over you. But they look to me like they're mayflies. Somebody tell me whether or not that if you're in the South, if you're in the United States and you're in the southern part, mayflies are. Oh man, hey, I have fished with mayflies. How many of you have ever fished with mayflies? You know, when they're out, when they hatch, there's just millions of them. At every gas station you come to, the lights are just filled with them. And you can actually fish with them if you can get a hook in them. I've done it. How many of you have ever fished with mayflies that you've caught, not artificial, just the real live mayflies? You know, there may be good for one cast, but that one cast, man, that may be the monster that you've been waiting on. Just that one cast. How many of you have ever fished with mayflies? Um, Another something else, and I've been curious about it. Uh, June bugs. Again, for you guys who live in the South, United States, the June bugs, when I was growing up, man, they were all over the place. I mean, at that certain time of the year, you'd catch them, tie a piece of thread to one of their legs, and let them go. Hey, listen, that was fun. Kids don't have the same kind of fun that I feel like that uh, people of my age in their 50s had growing up. Here was the rule for me. I had to be home when the street lights came on in my neighborhood. There was a bunch of kids in my neighborhood. And it doesn't matter where I was in the neighborhood. If my mom came out and yelled for me, chances are I could hear her. But other than that, it was okay. Kids were running rampant. It even, it would get dark. The street lights came on in the summertime. It was getting dark. It was time to go home. And that was my rule. I had to be home when the street lights came on. And my parents knew that I could be home in 10 minutes. If the street lights came on, I better be home in 10 minutes. And I was. I definitely was. But that's not how it is today. I mean, you can't let your kids do that. I don't care where you live. I don't care how nice of a neighborhood you live in. I don't think anybody can let their kids do that. There's just too much bad in the world today. And it wasn't like that 45 years ago. Man, damn, that seems like a long time ago. I'm 57. I just turned 57 in January. And my wife's 57 also. But you can't let your kids run like that, man. How many of you have children? How many of you agree with me that you just can't let them run wild in the neighborhood anymore? Maybe some of you, live in the country where there's not that many houses around. You've got land. How many of you live in a neighborhood to where you think or where you know that there's no way that you could let your kids run free like that now? I couldn't, and my kids are grown. But when they were little, uh, that didn't happen. So back to the June bugs, and I'm all over the place. Back to the June bugs. You don't see that many anymore. I don't know what the deal is, but that was part of summer. June bugs flying around. A lot of kids were scared of them. I wasn't scared of the June bugs. Now listen, I've got that big dog of mine. We've got this big sunroom on the back of the house, and it's all glass. But you can't stop uh, you can't stop insects from getting in. There's just no way. There's two sliding glass doors, but they're going to get in. And we've got these bugs called stink bugs. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but uh, they've been pretty rough this year too. And they've got this little buzzing sound, and he can't stand it. I mean, it freaks him out. I mean, he will run in from the sunroom and run all the way back to the master bedroom and lay on his bed and will not come back out. I don't know what it is about that sound. I mean, you can make that sound and it'll scare him. So our granddaughter, she's 8, and she's 8, and she'll make the sound just to see what he does, and it does scare him. He'll go back to the back of the house. Now our Bella, she's not. His name is Bo. Her name is Bella, and she's not afraid of him. Again, she's Queen Bee. She tries to take over for sure. But it's something. June bugs. You don't see many of them. So as I understand it, and this has a lot to do with the South, guys, here in the United States, we're going to get another dose of the cicadas this year. I think this is the 17-year cicada run. We just had one, didn't we? Was it last year or the year before that we had the big cicada invasion? And for those of you who don't know what a cicada is, it's a flying beetle looking thing. And I don't know, they're probably about that long. You would think that they're locusts. You hear them in the trees at night, and they're so loud. They make this noise, and it's constant. And until they all come out, until they've all hatched, I think they go back into the ground after, I don't know how long they stay out. I don't know, 14 days, 3 weeks, something like that. It's crazy, man. We got some stuff going on down here in the South. We got some insects, but we do. I don't know if you guys in the North or in another country, if you have anything like this or not. But it's just things that we deal with. So, bugs. Who'd have thought I'd gotten on here and talked about bugs? But I think some of you can relate to it. I got some bad news for you, guys. This is something that I learned. I've known it for a while. This is totally off the subject of what I've been talking about, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Something you might want to think about is that 38% of married women think that their husband is sexy. Just 38%. 38%, guys. So that leaves what? 62% of married women do not think that their husbands are sexy, physically sexy. I wonder why that is. Maybe you've let yourself go. Maybe you thought, well, I've married her now. I'm just going to let myself go. And it's brought on a huge amount of problems. Let me tell you one problem that I have found here recently, and because I think that I'm just going to make it mandatory. Every client that comes on board and goes through my academy, whether or not it's personal training 101 or whether or not it's just my online academy, where you get the nutrition, you get you get put into a private app of ours where all of our clients are This is where all your coaching, all your training goes. This is where you track your food. This is where your workouts are. This is where your calendar is. This is where your message board is. It's just a whole lot of things a whole lot of value that we try to give you guys in order to make sure that you succeed, whether it be weight loss or muscle gain or whatever it may be. Maybe it's just life enhancement, and maybe you just would rather have a counselor. So we do all of that. Um, but what I'm going to make mandatory is that every guy that comes and works with me, they're going to go to the doctor and they're going to have their testosterone checked. The last 3 guys that I have sent to the doctor, they've all come back extremely low. Now, 350 and under is low to me. All right. Some doctors will say 300 and under is low. I've had a lot of clients in the 300 to 350 range, and they still physically feel like shit. Mine stays around 900. For real, it does. And I feel great. Honestly, I feel great. So the last 3 guys that I've that has come on board, and these are 3 guys that I'm actually personally training them. They are local to me. And I did this thing about 2 months ago, and because I usually don't do personal training because 90% of our clients are worldwide. They're global. So obviously we can't do one-on-one personal training in a gym. And it takes up time. And I want to be able to devote my time to my online clients because those are the ones that are 90% of our client base. So I posted a post in a local on a local Facebook group, not just my group, not just Allie's group. And I said I was going to offer 5 local guys, the opportunity to work with me in a gym with personal training. And I had over 30 men reach out to me in the first 2 days. But I still only took 5. I spoke with a lot of them. But I took the 5 that I really thought were serious. And the rest of them I didn't take. I said I was going to take 5. I actually took 6. But then I cut it off. So 3 of these men I sent to the doctor to have their testosterone checked. 2 of them had never had it checked before. 1 of them, it had been years since they had it checked. All 3 of them come back very low. 1 was 94, and 350 is low. Okay, 1 was 240, 1 was 214. That's low. So we're trying to get that taken care of. We're trying to, get them scheduled for another doctor's visit. 2 of them have already done that, and they're they're getting a supplement to help, get that testosterone up where it needs to be, so they'll feel physically better on a daily basis. That memory loss, fogginess, lethargic, tired all the time, tired when you wake up, no sex drive, problems in the bedroom. Even if you do have the sex drive, all of those are complications that testosterone affects. Testosterone is the number 1 hormone in a man's body, guys, if you didn't know that. So it affects more things in your body than any other hormone does. So I want you to remember that. And it wouldn't be a bad idea if you called your doctor and had a blood panel done and have them add testosterone. That's all you got to tell them. I want a regular blood panel done and I want my testosterone checked. They'll be glad to do it. It may cost you $75, but it could also save your damn life. It could change your life in many areas of your life. So I sent 3, and all 3 of them were low. So that tells me a lot. It does. Look, this is why I do it, because it affects the ability to lose weight. It is a bloating agent if it is low. You're going to struggle to lose weight, but you're going to gain it. Okay? Not to mention the memory fog, the being lethargic, no sex drive, hair loss, unless it's again on your back, like I mentioned last time. Get that shit taken care of. That's look, guys. I don't think that's sexy shit. You come in here looking like a damn silverback gorilla. Who the hell wants to see that? Nobody. Get that shit taken off. Go get waxed. That's the word I was trying to find the other night. Go somewhere and get that shit taken off. It's disgusting. Come on. You better than that. Shit, level up. That's what this damn podcast is all about anyway. Us being able to level up in our life. Take a little damn pride in yourself. All right? Take a little bit more pride in yourself. Not to mention the weight loss situation. That is almost a damn epidemic. 74% of you are overweight. Somebody tell me what you think overweight is. What do you think is the basis of someone being able to tell you you're overweight? Somebody tell me. Leave me a comment. If you're on YouTube and you're watching this video, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think a man, what overweight is. All right? Because 74 of you are. 74% of you are, excuse me. And 90% of that 74, y'all not doing shit. You're not doing anything about it. I don't know what you think. I don't know if you think that, somebody's going to sprinkle some dust on you and it's just going to melt away. Are you going to do one of these 30-pound and 30-day things that's going to put you in a worse situation than what you're in right now? There is a right way of losing weight, and there are 1,000 wrong ways. Trust me when I tell you this. The pills, the patches, the shots, the low calorie. Those are temporary fixes, and they're going to put you in a worse position than what you are right now today, even if you need to lose 100 down pounds. There's a right way, and there's 1,000 wrong ways. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Told you it's not always going to be about nutrition and fitness. I threw a little in there at the end, but that was on my mind just because the last 3 guys that I've sent have all come back low. So we're going to get them up and going. We're going to get those testosterone levels corrected the right way and get them back on their feet, get them losing weight, get some muscle built, and make their self-esteem, maybe increase it a little bit, guys. Come on. You can be Billy Badass in front of your friends. But when it comes down to it, a lot of you don't like what you see in the mirror. You're not alone. Millions and millions of you are in the same boat. But you can do something about it. Trust me when I tell you, you can do something about it. All right, I'd love to help you. I would. All you got to do is reach out, bud. If you want to go in a different direction, then go in a different direction. There's a lot of things in life I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do them. And I'll be the first to tell you. But this I do know, especially with men over 40. It's a whole different animal. All right, guys, holler at me if you need to talk about it. Reach out to me. Until next time, do yourself a favor, make yourself a priority.